Hey guys, Brennan here. Just wanted to make a video about my new saltwater fish tank. I got a few subscribers from my last video, which was on my Wavemaker, the new Javo SW4s that were just released. So I wanted to make a new video kind of just updating you guys on the tank, showing some of my equipment off, some of my livestock that I have so far, and just giving you guys some more details about the tank. So starting off, this is a 60E. It's made by Advanced Aqua Tanks, or as some may know them by Vizio. It is a glass tank, and it does have a custom overflow box installed with a 1-inch drain. So already I have some, I'm not exactly sure what kind of acropora that is, but it was one of the frags that I got from my store, and it's doing really good so far underneath the SB Reef lights. Moving on into here, this is a frag that was given to me by one of my service accounts. So that one's doing really good, seems to be growing nice under the SB Reef lights. Unfortunately, my little feather duster's closed up, but he hangs out right there. This is a frag rack that I made. A lot of these pieces were kind of just like extra pieces that were chilling out at the store that I got a good deal on. So like some of these, I glued 3 pieces onto one frag plug just to kind of, I was running out of frag plugs and I wanted to kind of just see how these pieces would do under the SB Reef lights. Everyone seems to be doing good, polyp extension is good, and the coral seem to be happy even down here towards the bottom of the tank. So here's one of my fish. This is a purple firefish. He seems to be doing quite well in the tank. He was a little skittish at first, but he's kind of coming around. Right here you'll see my purple tang, and he's doing awesome in the tank as well. And if we're lucky, we might catch a glimpse at a real small mystery wrasse. That was the newest addition added to the tank, but he's a little afraid of that purple tang right now, so he's kind of shy. So moving up here, this is a piece of coral that I bought. This is called a Dendronepthia. It kind of washes it out a little bit. That's a really cool non-photosynthetic coral. We do have some nice orange zoas up here. Not sure the name of them, but they seem to be growing well under the light too. And then this big piece of branching splatterhammer is doing pretty awesome here as well. So yeah, just got the 2 little SW4s in there. They run through their different wave modes throughout the day, and they seem to be doing really awesome. The corals really like them. They're quiet. They're pretty efficient as well. For my returns, I just have these Excel Aquatics returns. We had some of these lying around the store. They kind of spin. That one spins a little bit. And then this one rotates, but sometimes it gets stuck. But that one seems to work pretty good too. So that's pretty much a run through of what's in the tank. Up top, I did build my own kind of custom canopy for this. The stand I bought with the tank, and I tried to match them as close as possible. I think I did an okay job. So coming up here, we have these nice big doors that open up. And see, I haven't tested my salinity. Oh, there it is. So yeah, this is the 32-inch Timer Pro model from SB Reef Lights. I did do the modification to hook that up to the apex, and it was very, very simple to do. If you guys are curious about that, it's already been done, but I can kind of make a video explaining how to do it. Just leave me a comment in the video description, or and I'll make a video on that. But this is an awesome light. So far, I like it a lot. It does come with this little remote here, which I use to turn the channels on and off, because with the Apex, it can't actually turn independent channels on and off, but it ramps them down all the way down to 10%. And then I recently added this auto feeder, but I am short of an Aquabus cable, so that one's not hooked up yet. But as you can see, I'm not running any lids. I do have 2 4-inch fans that are very quiet, brushless fans up in here that bring cool air in, and then the hot air gets exhausted out through those holes. So yeah, it's a pretty efficient little canopy design, and it gives me about 8 inches from the surface of the water to the top of the light. Take a look at that light in there. Really cool light. Definitely like this light a lot, especially for the price point. It's 300 bucks, so can't go wrong. If anyone has watched any of my past videos, you would know that I've used Kessels before. I just kind of wanted to save some money on this build. I'll show this real quick. This is my little 10-gallon nano bow front. It's actually one of those Tetra bow fronts. You can pick them up on Amazon for 75 bucks. What I went ahead and did was I plumbed it into my main system using some 3/4 inch PVC. So I have a return line, and then I'm using the eShop's PF Nano overflow box with a modified standpipe. I think it's called a Stockman standpipe. That works pretty good. It's fairly quiet. It's a terrible time to make the video. My anemone's not too happy right now, but he opens and closes like 3 times a day. This one's new. It was kind of a rescue. It was not doing very well, the tank that it was in. And then this one I bought, and it had bubble tips, but now it's kind of going towards straight tips. So this is primarily my clownfish and anemone tank. This is Franklin. He was a rescue, and he's a Da Vinci clownfish. I guess she. And this is just an Ocellaris Sebastian. He was paired up with this one, and they really love to host this green bubble anemone, and it basically fills up this whole bottom section right here once it's inflated. We'll see maybe by the end of the video. And for this tank, it's just running a Kessel A80. Pretty decent little light. It's not currently hooked up to the Apex, but it is a decent little light. And then we have the other Apex auto feeder right there behind it too. So this is a nice little setup. It works out pretty good. I do plan on getting several more anemones in here just to kind of fill it full of anemones, and the clownfish love this big green one. So yeah, it's a cool little, you know, extra piece that kind of adds on to the tank there. Actually, it looks a lot bigger than a 10-gallon, but it's only a 10-gallon. Okay, moving on to the sump. This is one of my, obviously, my favorite parts about the tank. I do have an Apex system in here, so one thing that's really cool is when I open this cabinet up, the lights automatically click on. And then we got this door as well. So I got quite a bit of equipment in here, and I would like to do, you know, detailed reviews of everything, but this is kind of just a quick overview. And right now it is a little bit of a mess in here, but just to show you guys some of the stuff that I got going on in here. The Energy Bar 8, it controls a lot of different things in my tank. I've also been experimenting with the breakout box. That's why all the wires are kind of out. It's because I just built an auto top-off system. And that back there is just the, I can't remember the name of this one, PM2? I don't know. It's the one that comes with the Energy Bar 8. I also have an advanced leak detection and the lunar moon cycle simulator lights. And then I got my little net here. Wi-Fi adapter there, and then a Belkin heavy-duty 10-outlet energy bar for just some of the miscellaneous things like fans and the wave pumps. We're using a Jabo DC6000 pump, and it's being ran external. You can run these pumps external, and as you can tell, there's no leaks, so it works just fine external. It's very quiet. It doesn't generate hardly any heat at all, and it's a very good pump. I like that one a lot. Okay, moving on, trying to keep this short video. This is an Aquamax 22-inch reactor that I have going as a Chaeto reactor, which is pretty cool. Just kind of experimenting with this. I am growing some strange algae right inside here, and I think I had the light cycle going for too long and there wasn't enough flow. So I changed both of those, and this weekend we're going to take all this out and just kind of keep the new growth down here. This is good stuff. So both those kind of sit on this little acrylic stand, and by both those I mean my Coralin calcium reactor, which is just, I mean, it's tucked back in there. It's a very small tank, so I had to utilize as much space as possible to kind of get that to fit back in there. So the reactor is working good, but it is not quite hooked up with CO2 yet. I'm just waiting on my tank to get filled. Back here on the back wall, if you guys saw my last video, I have my two wave pump controllers for the left and right, and then I also have the main DC pump controller as well, mounted on that small board over there with Velcro. So it is a little bit of a wiry mess right now. I've been trying to kind of clean it up as best I can. I built this false wall so a lot of the wires go back behind there. But it's just kind of a matter of like testing things, making sure they work properly, and then hiding the wires so that way you don't have to, you know, take everything out if it's not working properly. And then I do have this plumbing configuration set up to where if for whatever reason this pump failed, I do have a spare backup pump. So you can kind of get a good look at the calcium reactor. It does have a pH probe inside there right now, but there's no CO2, so the pH is pretty much the same as the rest of the tank. Moving over here, let's see, back here, I have a, don't get too close there. This is a Neptune Apex magnetic probe holder. Right now it's holding my pH probe for the tank and the temperature probe. And it's an excellent product. I'd recommend that if you wanted a magnetic probe rack. It does a really good job. Up here I have the controller from my Bubble Magus Curve D8 protein skimmer, which is pretty nice. I mean, you can set it to you know, different percentages all the way up to 120%. I don't know why it goes to 120, but there's even a feed mode built in, but obviously most of that's going to be controlled through the Apex. As you can see, I was mentioning before, we have a 1-inch drain that just goes to a True Union ball valve, and that kind of comes down into a 7-inch filter sump, which is dirty and needs to be changed. This is the Bubble Magus Curve D8. This protein skimmer is a beast, and I think it's rated for like a 240-gallon tank, but the price is right. It fit in my sump, and the controllable pump is definitely a plus with this one. And yeah, it's an awesome pump on this protein skimmer, and it does an awesome job on my tank. I really like this hose that comes with it too. It makes it real easy. I don't even have to take the cup off to drain it. I can drain it first and then take it off to clean it to prevent any spills. So yeah, moving on, I have a little bit of rubble rock that I keep down here. Let's see if I see any of my hermit crabs. I don't like hermit crabs in the main display because they do like to eat snails. But I keep them down here, that way if any food from this drain, which is the drain for the nano system, if any flakes come through the overflow, they eat it and they just help to kind of keep it clean in there. Bag of activated carbon, and that's the inlet for the pump. There's just a little pre-filter over that as well. So yeah, that's pretty much everything going on in the sump. Right here we have a line holder for the auto top-off line, which is this one, and then for the calcium reactor, and this is the other reactor line. So this was cheap. I got this on Amazon. It works really good. And then I used some weld-on, and I built this, what would you call this, a float switch holding rack? So basically you have your primary float switch, which dictates the water level, and then you have your secondary switch for in case of an emergency. It'll send me an alarm, it'll, you know, shut certain things off, and it works very well at keeping the water level accurate. And we also got some nice little LEDs from Amazon. They're very bright, and they brighten up the whole sump area quite well. Let's see, make sure I zoom out here. So the wires are a little bit of a mess, but like I said, I was just kind of finished building the ACO, and now that I know it works really well, we're going to tuck everything up and keep it really nice and tidy. So yeah, I did get a new piece of coral. It's Birds of Paradise, so we're going to give that one a try, see how it does in there. But everything's been pretty much well maintained in this system. Everything's staying pretty good, and so far everything's running really nicely. It looks like my feather duster wants to open up a little bit for you guys. Love that purple tank. He's cool, even though he's a little bit of a jerk. Alright, I don't want to make this video too long, but there's one more thing that you guys need to see. See that turn off? Nice. It's kind of dark over here, but this is my auto top-off container. It's a second-hand acrylic sump. I basically just got a Tom's Aqua Lifter and use that as my pump that's controlled through the Apex. And there's just these two little line holders that basically hold the water line, suck the water in, and then I also have a float switch in here to let me know when when the tank is empty. So far it works pretty good, but as you can see, we're going through quite a bit of water. It's probably already 5 gallons in, I don't know, less than a week. So This tank definitely evaporates quite a lot. Yeah, with both tanks hooked up. But yeah, that's pretty much my tank. I do plan on making update videos, kind of just keeping you guys updated. If you want any more information on, you know, specifics with the lights, the pumps, the skimmer, anything like that, just let me know in the comments and I'll try and get back to you guys too. So, alright, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and comment, subscribe for more videos. Alright, peace.